Hello everyone, it's Rennie from Dash of Rennie here, and today we're going to be making one of my favorite things. I know I said that about like everything I make, but seriously, this is one of my favorite things. We're going to be making carrot cake muffins, and these are my absolute favorites. So if you love carrot cake, and even if you don't love carrot cake, you need to try my carrot cake because this is the bomb. Seriously, but let's get right to it. What's up everyone, this is Rennie from Dash of Rennie, and I just wanted to say welcome to my channel. Hey.
Maya. You're so handsome.
Look, I'm gonna wear one like this, and the other one's like this.
Alright guys, so let's dive right into it. So the first thing you're going to need is 12 ounces of self-rising flour. Now if you know me, you know I always use self-rising flour because of the, as opposed to all-purpose flour, because it already has the baking powder and baking soda all incorporated in it, and when you use all-purpose you have to add those things. Baking powder and baking soda have shelf lives, and unless you're baking constantly, you're going to have your baking powder and your baking soda expire on you. So I just eliminate that situation and I just buy self-rising flour. Alright, you're also going to need 12 ounces of brown sugar. You're gonna need 12 ounces of shredded carrots, and I just grabbed the grater and I just shredded them. These are about like 6 to 7 carrots. You're gonna need 3 eggs. You're going to need 6 ounces of oil. I'm gonna need 6 ounces of yogurt, and this is just regular oil. You can buy whatever kind of yogurt. I personally like already flavored yogurt, vanilla, it's delicious. Then I have some spices here. So I have pumpkin spice, I have cinnamon, I have ground allspice, and I also have nutmeg. Now with these, I suggest you starting off with 1/4 teaspoon of each of these. And now if you like your cake to be more rich and more smoky and more delicious and have more of that those warmth notes, I suggest adding more. So for example, I personally myself, I like a rich, delicious, that you smell it as soon as you take it out of the oven, and even while it's cooking cake. So I add a tablespoon of cinnamon, I add a tablespoon of allspice, I add a tablespoon of pumpkin spice, and a couple of dashes of this whole nutmeg, just because I really like a rich, deliciously smelling cake. All right, so again, I would suggest those starting with 1/4 teaspoon, and then, you know, depending on your personal taste buds, you go up from there. All right, so let's get started. All right, so I've already got my pumpkin spice, my cinnamon, and my allspice in there. I'm just gonna grate some fresh nutmeg in there. All right, and like I said, I really love like a super rich, super flavorful carrot cake. Also, I love nuts in my carrot cake. However, I didn't get a chance to buy them, but I love some pecans. There's people who love raisins. I actually hate raisins, but you can add a cup of chopped nuts, or you can add a cup of raisins to your cake. And I'll tell you when exactly you add them. Again, I just didn't get a chance to buy them, but please feel more than free to add them. I love pecans. Some people love to put walnuts in them. Oh, I just love them. All right, perfect. Okay, so as you can see, this is nice and mixed through. Okay, so you want to make sure that it's just nicely and mixed in so that there's no clumps of cinnamon or just any spice in specific. All right, and that is nice and perfect. So let's move on. Okay, so I have my brown sugar here, and I'm going to take my yogurt. I'm gonna add my yogurt. Make sure you scrape it. Remember, this is your most important tool in baking and cooking. It's a spatula, nice rubber spatula. I'm going to add my oil. Again, scrape that as well. All right, and I'm also going to go ahead and crack my eggs. If you feel comfortable cracking eggs right into it, make sure you crack them separately in a bowl and then add them on, you know. And it's also just a good thing to practice. I sometimes forget, but in case your egg comes out messed up, you don't mess up everything else you've got measured. So then you want to just mix this in. Make sure you mix it.
Papa's gonna die.
Okay, so as you can see, you want to make sure it's mixed in. Like, make sure you get the bottoms, because I promise you, look, just like right here. You want to make sure that there's no clumps in there. Just get rid of them. This is what it should look like. Nice and liquidy. All right, and this is going to be your wet mixture. All right, so I've got my carrots, and as you can see, I have it in a really big bowl compared to how many carrots are in here. You always, when you're baking or when you're cooking, you want to make sure that you're grabbing a bigger bowl than you need, because you want to give yourself room for mixing and everything. And that was something I learned from someone that I used to work with, Chef Brian, may he rest in peace. That was something that he taught me, and I've always kept it with me. So always make sure that when you're mixing, you're using a much bigger bowl to give yourself room, so you're not making a huge mess. That's how messes happen, because you're like trying to mix in this little tiny bowl. All right, so you're gonna grab your carrots, and then you're gonna add your flour that's already has all the spices in there, and you're going to add it in there, okay? And then you're going to just stir it in there to basically coat the carrots with the flour mixture, okay? Just like this. So you're gonna, perfect. And you're gonna get some clumps, so make sure that you're adding flour to that. Oh, you can already smell this. It smells so good. Okay? So yeah, make sure it's nice and covered, that all those carrot shreds are covered. All right, and so this is what it should look like. There should be no huge clumps. Obviously, there are gonna be some little clumps here and there, but for the most part, this is what you should have. A very mixed in product, okay? All right, and then to this, we're going to, once again, give the liquid a quick mix right before we add it. And we're gonna add it right to the dry ingredients. Okay. Make sure you scrape, and then just start mixing. All right, so this is what your batter should look like. All right, it's nice and mixed through. Now, remember when I said you guys could add raisins or nuts, whether it be pecans or whether it be walnuts or whatever it is that you choose to. This is what you would do it after you mix it, and you want to go ahead and fold whatever toppings, or not toppings, or whatever mix-ins you want to add right here. And you could do about, you know, you could start off between a half a cup to a full cup. If you're using nuts, make sure they're nice and chopped. So yeah, that'll be that. So I'm actually using this tin, and this is a mini cupcake tin. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Little Bites, but those are my favorites. So I'm actually making them myself, and I'm using this for breakfast. So instead of me buying the Little Bites, I'm actually going to make them myself, and I'm gonna put the link on where I got this tin from, so in case you guys want to buy it. But you can use any tin. You can use a regular cupcake tin or an actual muffin tin, but I'm just gonna go ahead and use this. All right, so just go ahead and spray it. I love to spray. Go ahead and spray the whole thing lightly, and you're gonna need such a little amount. Travis decided to join me. So again, you're just gonna take a little spoonful, and you're gonna go ahead and add it. Would you like to do it? Okay. So go ahead, right into the tin.
I'm scared, Daddy.
Good job. You just gotta try and stay more in the actual tin, okay?
Okay.
So again, just a little spoonful. You don't want to go all the way to the top.
No.
And just go ahead and fill these. I don't even know how many are in here. How much this holds. Alright guys, so we filled our tin up, and we had a little bit left. So when we actually bake these and these come out, we'll add the rest. But these are ready to go in the oven. Make sure you're not putting them all the way to the top. I know it looks like a little bit more than half, but it'll be okay. We're just gonna put these in the oven. Alright?
It's on. It's Gordon. Mommy, talk.
Boy. Alright guys, these are actually done. I just took them out. They were in the oven for 10 minutes. I did 5 minutes at 350, and we rotated them and put them back in, and then we took them out. So these are done. As you can see them, they're nice and fluffy and delicious. I really wish you could smell my kitchen, but you obviously can't because you're on camera and I'm not. But for real, my point is these smell so good. I would eat this right now, but I'm probably gonna burn my tongue and I'm gonna be complaining later, so I'm not gonna do it. But they are absolutely delicious. Please make sure you guys try this. And again, if I would have had pecans, I would have definitely added them to them. But yeah, that was super great. I hope you guys enjoyed.